Hello everyone, I'm FMZ and welcome to a brand new series to the channel after the departure of Mauricio Pochettino and the corruption of the Bolton save file, whoopsie daisy. We have only one place we can go to try and sort out the mess that is Tottenham Hotspur right now. So today I'll take you through what I plan to do in the short term dealing with the problems that we've got and a few other bits and pieces as well. Don't forget, if you like this content, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, leave me a comment if you'd like to say anything, and also don't forget I am now part of the FM creators community and the Passion for FM team. The link to the Discord servers is in the description below. I would love to see you there. Let's get to the lane. So this is my little manager. Hello Mr. Manager, how are you? Doesn't look anything like me, does it? Makes me look very young. But we are going to edit it. The managerial style is what we're going to change. So we're going to go right down to as low as we can go. The National C licence, Sunday League footballer. I did play Sunday League, believe it or not. So yeah, that is the attributes we're going to start with. Hence the half star in the thumbnail. Hence the name of the series. So they've hired me as the manager, £66,000 a week, 2-year deal. Lovely. Now we've moved into our shiny new stadium with 62,214. You will notice we have a vacancy at the assistant manager, which means two things for me. One, I've managed to get the editor to work. And two, we have sacked everybody that comes with Mauricio Pochettino as well, much like what happened in real life the other day. So we need a new assistant manager, new goalkeeping coach, new fitness coach. Staff is going to be something we're going to need to work on very, very quickly. But the media prediction is 4th place for us. Let's take a look at the best 11, shall we? Now we'll go through the squad as a whole later, but this is the best 11. It's alright, obviously on paper. The game is not played on paper. So we've got a lot of things to sort out contractually, obviously with the two centre halves and the man in front of them, Christian Eriksen. Serge Aurier is one I'm going to probably have a look at as well, but we'll go through that shortly. Let's go to the club culture. So, the club vision. It is desired that we play attacking football. Yeah, we can do that. Sign players under the age of 22 for the future. Yep. Play possession football. I like to do that, so that's fine. Sign English players is a preference, but it's not a desired or required element. Develop players using the club's youth system. We'll have a look at the youth team as well. Don't sign anybody over the age of 30. That's desired, but again, it's not required, so we can do that. And it's desired that we play entertaining football, which is something we are known for at Spurs, so that's good. So, the 5-year plan. Maintain self-sustainability. That is a tough word to say. Maximum 2-year contracts for players over the age of 30 and to work within the wage budget. I have a problem with budget, so that could be quite interesting. Qualification for the Champions League is a requirement for the end of this season. To reach the FA Cup final is a preferred importance but not required. And to reach the first knockout round of the Champions League is also a requirement. But they don't want much in the first season, do they? By the end of next season, they want to reach the latter stage of the Champions League. Obviously, we made it to the final last year, which was kind of the start of the downfall of Mauricio Pochettino, sadly. And then my contract will expire, and it's worked towards challenging for the Premier League title. So we want to do that, obviously, within 3 years anyway. So that's good. So there is me, half-star man. Hopefully, we're going to work our way along the reputation line. Hopefully to get to a 3 or 4 star manager. Who knows? Who knows what might happen? But yeah, I thought it was a good way to start the series. Obviously, it gives me a goal to get to. The players, they're not going to like it to begin with, because they're going to see me as an unknown manager and they're going to think, well, who is this clown? And they're right to think, who is this clown? But anyway, it's something a bit different. So today is just an introduction. So we will go into the staff that we bring in next time around, as well as the signings that we make during the window. The things we've got to have a look at is what we need to really deal with straight off the bat, and that is Toby and Jan. So Toby is wanted by Liverpool and Manchester City. He has a release clause in his contract which is at £25 million. So I'm tempted to either let him or Jan go. It won't be both. It will be either or. Jan's at £26.5 million. He's also 2 years older than Toby, so it might be a case that we let Jan go. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's one I'm going to have to think about. But yeah, one of those two will not be here next time around. With the introduction of Giovanni Lo Celso, Christian Eriksen's future is very much up in the air as well. Now, he's not currently wanted by anybody. As you know, his contract is up at the end of the season. He is considering the lure of a higher profile league, La Liga, which is where he's supposed to be going apparently in the summer, in inverted commas. So Christian Eriksen will probably be out the door. It will give us some money to spend. We'll have a look at the finances in a second. But we do have money to spend, thankfully. So £30 million is what we have already. If you take into account a couple of the sales that we're going to try and make, that will probably double, maybe triple, depends on who goes. We're well within the wage budget, which is good. So we've got a little bit of wiggle room there. So that's always nice in the finances first up. But taking a look at the squad as a whole, if you've seen my team guide, link is up the top. I mentioned about the goalkeeper, so Michel Vaughan will probably go, I would imagine. We'll look at the right back situation. Obviously, Serge Aurier or Kyle Walker-Peters. I don't really like either of them, to tell you the truth. So we might get rid of one, keep another. Again, a bit like we did with Toby and Jan. We're going to try and do that. Attacking-wise, we're okay. We need another striker. Obviously, Harry Kane cannot take the burden alone. Neither can Sonny. If Harry should get injured, Dele Alli is out injured 6 weeks to 2 months. So we're without Dele Alli for the first part of the season. Ryan Sessegnon is also injured. He's expected to be gone for 3 or 4 months. And Wam Foyth is 6 weeks to 2 months. So there's lots of injuries first up. One in each department. Left back we're okay. We might have a look at Danny Rose. But he's not out of contract until the end of next summer. So his is not as pressing an issue as Toby and Jan and Christian Eriksen is, in terms of making a decision of whether to get them out now or whether to let them go for nothing. Ideally, obviously, you want to sell them for a price, and that will be what I'll try to do. So there's a few players in the academy that we might want to have a look at. Troy Parrott, Oliver Skipp, Jack Clark, who's out on loan at Leeds, Harvey White and Tashan Oakley-Booth are all players that they are suggesting that we have a look at least. Troy Parrott, lot said about him between Tottenham fans, really. He's starting to get his recognitions for the Republic of Ireland under-21s, but hasn't made a first-team appearance as time of recording for Tottenham. So he will probably move up into the first team for pre-season, and we'll make a decision there of whether we loan him out or whether we keep holding him. Ideally, we'll go out and get another striker. Obviously, we lost Fernando Llorente last summer, so a striker is something that we do need because, as I mentioned already, Harry Kane cannot carry the burden on his own. Ability-wise, in the under-23, so the top two are both out on loan. Luke Amos, who has had a horrendous injury record, he's out on loan at QPR at the moment. Obviously, Oliver Skipp played a little bit in the first team last year. Jack Rolls is at Cambridge. Cameron Carter-Vickers will probably be one that will be shipped out at the end of the season, as I normally probably do in the first season. I think I've done it near enough every time. I don't really like him. He's not mobile enough for a centre-half, in my opinion, at least. So yeah, we've got a few names in there. The goalkeeping situation might be solved by the youth team. Brandon Austin and Alfie Whiteman are in there. Will there be a good backup to Paolo Gazzaniga? Obviously, he'll be the backup to Hugo Lloris. Again, it's a question that I'll have to weigh up in the next couple of days before the next episode. You'll see how we get on with that next time. So tactically, we're probably going to stick to what we know. Mauricio Pochettino was very much an advocate of the 4-2-3-1 high press, and I intend to keep that going initially. For now, whilst the players are used to it, they will obviously adapt to it a lot quicker. Using the pace out wide, playing on the counter-attack is what we have done for the last 3 or 4 seasons, and it's something that was worked, frankly, so why tinker with it for now? Obviously, we have to take into account our new signing, Tanguy and Ndombele. That will be a key thing we need to have a look at. Obviously, do we play him in the midfield 2, or do we play him as a 3, which means changing the formation, I know, but You know, we've paid all that money for him. It would be a shame if he didn't get in the team, but obviously it will probably be a case he'll play alongside Winks or Sissoko in the middle. Obviously, we've got Eric Dyer to think about as well, Victor Wanyama. We do have a lot of good problems to have. There are a couple of bad ones, of course, but it's always good to have good problems. Lastly, we move on to the dynamics. Now, as I mentioned earlier when I was talking about my managerial profile, the managerial support is very low, very poor, because they have no idea who I am. Obviously, I will introduce myself to them at the team meeting. Dressing room atmosphere is poor. I'm not surprised. We'll deal with that. Team cohesion is average because this group of players have been together quite a while. So that gives me 1 positive out of 3. So whilst you might think that Tottenham is an easy team to manage, I have made it as difficult as I can for myself. So my reign of management starts here. We will drop back in next time for coaches updates. We will take a look at transfers that we've done, and we'll also take a look at a couple of league games as well to get the season off and running. If you've enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and would like to do so, please click the subscribe button down in the corner. Don't forget to leave me a comment on the video if you'd like to say anything about it. And also don't forget, I am now part of the FM Creators team and the Passion for FM team. The link is in the description to the Discord servers if you'd like to pop in and say hello. That was episode 1 of Earning My Spurs. I will see you next time for episode 2. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.